video is for you. Please stay till the end and get all the information that you need. Right. In order for you to apply to study abroad in the USA or for vocational training, there are several steps and application processes and documents that you need to go through and provide before you'll be able to get to the stage of getting a visa before you travel. So one of the first steps that you need to do when you are applying to study abroad is to find a school that offer the international program of study that you're looking for. Yeah, and that school must be SERVed approved school. What is a SERVed approved school? There's a program called Student and Exchange Visa Information System, which is a service. It's a database that when they collect information for international students that apply, they put it there. So you have to look for a school that is approved by the United States school system, to offer international programs and accept students to come and study that program. That is, what is meant by a SERVed approved school. So you need to look for a school or a college that is approved to offer those international services. That's your number one. Now, when you apply, when you go to that school, they will have a website, right? You go to the school and then you check whether they have those programs you're looking for, and then you apply. Right, that is your first step. So I have an example here that I'm going to show you, just be patient with me and look at this school. Right, this school is called George Mason University. It's all over here in the US, and it has campuses everywhere, like in most states and things like that. Now, as you're seeing on the screen, if you go to admissions and you go to admission, now you will see that here you can actually apply now. You apply online right from the country where you are you apply. Now when you go to apply, it will give you the options and tell you if you are international student, like this one, Office of International Enrollment Partnership. This is going to tell you that if you are international, like specific application, like here it says international. So if you are in India, you are in Nigeria, you are in Ghana, and you're trying to apply, when you go to this school's website that you're interested in, based on whether you have a family member that lives in that area or things like that, you have a clue of where the school is, and things like that. And when you go to their site to apply, you will see where they say international students and things like that. Before you start applying, you already know. Or even if you just see apply, when you go through the process, you will create an account and then go through the process and submit the necessary documents that the application process required. After you submit those things, that your name and everything, and submit documents that is requested by the school, in the end you have to pay a application fee, which is non-refundable. Depending on the school and the jurisdiction, like the country where you live, you might pay like $70 or $80 for the application fee, which is non-refundable. That is that for the application. You find the school, apply for the program you're looking for, and pay the application fee. Now your application fee is going to go into their system. Somebody will review it and looked at it. If they review it and all your credentials are correct, you submitted everything they are looking for, they will approve your application to come and study in their institution. Great. Now, when they approve your application, it doesn't end there. They have to offer you a form called I-20 form. Yes, this I-20 form, is being offered either for the students who are coming to study, a program, or even for vocational training. The institution that you're coming to join them, they will offer you I-20 form. Yes, I'm sure they will just send it through your email that you can print out. They offer you this I-20 form, for students. They can, for those who are coming to study, they will get the F visa. For those who are coming for vocational training, you get the M visa. So this I-20 form will be signed by the school that they have approved whatever you're coming to do. As a student, you're coming to study in their institution, and they will take your information and put it in the student exchange visa information system. Yes, student exchange visitor information system. It's called service. So they will take that data after they approved it and put it in the school system here that allows students from other countries to come and study. Now, when the school send you that I-20 form of approval, then now you have been approved by a school abroad to come and study. So what next? Point number 4. Now you need to apply for interview at your local embassy. Yeah, you need to apply for interview at your local embassy. How do you apply for interview at your local embassy? You need to go to this website. You need to go to travel.State.Gov. Beware of scams. There are a lot of scams out there. So you need to go, come here, and you will look for, you will look for the form DS-160. Yes, you look for the form DS-160, which is, the application form that you need to apply. When you apply, you will select your country and select the embassy in that country where you are planning, to go and attend the interview there. So remember this website. You go there, and then you search for DS-160 form, and you fill in the application form so that you will be interviewed at your local embassy. When you fill the application and you're done, you print the confirmation page. When you submit, a confirmation page is gonna come up which shows that you have submitted the form. You print immediately, or you save it in your computer when you're doing it. Don't use the phone to apply this. If you're coming to US to do something, you are ready and responsible for business. Don't just take anything and do on the phone. Sit down, have internet, and do it on the computer, and make sure you print this confirmation page, because you're going to need it at your local embassy, the day that your interview would be scheduled. Yeah, because when you fill the form, you fill the dates and everything, and then the people at the embassy will send you an email that, look, we want to interview you on this date. So when you fill the form D-160 form, there is a photo requirement. You need to submit a photo so they can know who you are. You submit passport number and things like that. And you send that application and print a confirmation page and keep and wait for them to send you an email that, look, we are going to interview you this day, so come to the embassy. When you're going, please go early. Point number 5. Now you have to go to the embassy in your country and attend the interview depending on the day that you're being scheduled at the time. Go early and stand on the line. There will be many people there and you will be interviewed. You go and sit down, and then they will call you and then you will be interviewed. Now, there is an interview fee, of course, which can be called, visa fee or whatever. There's interview fee that you have to pay at the embassy. Most embassies, like the case of Cameroon, you will pay that fee first, which is also non-refundable. They will not give you back the money. If they approve your visa, good. If they don't, that money is lost. So if you are planning to attend an interview, you have to check with them to see how much. So there is usually a notice board which says interview fee, and they put the amount there in dollars. You convert that amount during that week to see how much it will be in your local currency, but they usually put it in dollar amount, and then you convert it to France, to the local currency, and then have that money with you. Yeah, you have the money, and then you go and pay. You can pay in cash they will accept the cash there at the embassy. And now they will ask you for supporting documents, the schools you have attended, transcripts, certificate of previous schools you have attended. And now they will ask you to provide the finances, some finance information, how you're going to pay for college and how you're going to stay abroad. You explain all that. If you have people that are sponsoring you, when you go, you need some information like a bank statement and things like that. If you have an uncle abroad, the uncle have to provide you with a bank statement to show that, oh, he has some money that he will support you and things like that. So be ready for business and know that they're going to ask you for a lot of information to make sure that when you come, you will not come and you will be without money and you'll be unable to study. So be ready, to provide all this information to them at the embassy. When you provide the information, they're going to ask you to go sit down. Somebody will look at it. If they need more time to look at it, they can ask you to go back and then schedule you for another time to come, while somebody will review your application and check all the documents to make sure they are correct and they are not fake. Because sometimes you can just fake that you have this type of certificate, which was not true. So they will verify and check. If everything is correct, they will call you back, or if anything is wrong, they will call you. They will schedule you and ask you to come. When you come, they tell you, the story that you want to hear or what you don't want to hear. So now, if they look at all your documents and everything, and they realize that everything is good and clean, and what you're saying is true, they, from their heart, they can decide and give you a visa. They'll put a visa on your passport, and then now, from there, you have a visa now, which means you can travel to the port of entry in US. So you can take a flight from your home country and go to US, and arrive at the airport without anybody disturbing you. Yeah, so that's the purpose of a visa. So the visa doesn't mean you just come and pass the airport and just go like that. Nope, you come and remain at that airport. So now you have the visa, you prepare, and then fly to the United States port of entry. Of course, you fly, whether you're going to Dulles Airport, to Lax Airport, any state that the college is there that you're going to study. You arrive in the nearest airport somewhere there. Now, when you arrive at the airport, the authorities are going to take your passport and any document that the embassy gave you, right? Some documents, they will take it and then check it. there is an officer that is described as the CBP official, that is going to look at your documents again and provide you with a stamp of approval, or it will give you a form called the I-94 form, which is a arrival or departure record, that they have approved your arrival, and they put the date and time there and things like that, that you're approved to enter into the US country now. Because standing at the airport, you are just somewhere hanging. You need to enter now and look where you stay, where your campus is, and stuff like that. So if you had anybody waiting for you outside, you have to go through that process and make sure that they give you a stamp before they allow you to leave. So when you're coming, know that you are a student and your research continues. Whatever you're going through, it doesn't end because you have gotten a visa. When you come, you can still get at the airport, and there will still be problems with your visa, and they can send you back. Send you back that you don't even have to pay the flight. I've seen cases where somebody came, and then when they came, they check the phone, and they check some sort of things, and they realized that there was some situation going on. As a student, they sent him back. He did not have to pay for the flight. They bundled him, kept in some detention room. After 5 or 3 days, they bundled him back and put in the plane, and then sent him back to his home country. So the fact that you have gotten a visa and you're coming to any US port of entry, you're not done yet, bro. You are not done. You need to be careful and still know that you are strictly on business. You're coming to study. You must know what you're coming for, and be steady to answer any questions that come there. And you don't have to mingle, or be steady at all time as a student, international student for that matter. Now, if you get the stamp, good luck. Now you can go, somebody pick you up, or if you're going to stay in campus, whether the school is going to come pick you up and take you to the campus, that one will depend on whatever arrangement you've made, right? Or you have a friend, you're gonna stay off campus, in campus, that one will depend on you. Now you go to the school, and you stay, you start studying, and you're eating and stuff like that. If you study, and at some point you need a visa extension, maybe you decided to add more programs to study, or plans change or something, you can apply to extend your visa. They're going to give it to you. They will not argue, because you're already in US. They cannot deny you from extending visa, right? You have to apply early enough and make sure that they approve your extension, and you continue to study. Number 10, which is the last point. Now, what happens when you're done studying? Right, you promised that you're coming to study, not coming to work, right? So what happens when you're done with the studies, and you've achieved whatever certificate you came for, or the vocational training is done according to your I-20 form? Now you have 60 days. Like if your I-20 form, which the school gave you, state that you're going to stay here and study for maybe four academic years, or 3, and that I-20 form has a date. And if that date come and pass, that your program is done, you have 60 days that you can still stay around in the US. After that 60 days, you're supposed to go back to your country. Of course, you came to study, right? Not to stay and work here. So you need to go to the airport and look for a way to return back to your country now that your study is done. You have to go back. If you choose to stay, then you have to look for another thing to apply that will allow you stay and work in the USA. That which I don't know for now, but after study, you're supposed to return if you just came strictly on student visa. When you're on student visa, there will be jobs at the campus that you can do, right? You can clean, you can do do a lot of things at that school that will earn you money in order to continue to pay for college and have some money with you and things like that. So that is it. If you want to apply for student visa to go study abroad in the US, thank you so much for watching.